amazing on paper. Like, I'm like, thank you, everybody. I'm overwhelmed. I'm going to try to get through this without crying because, I'm a thug. I'm from Brooklyn. But if I cry, bear with me to see you guys' support, my legends. I am just overwhelmed. Okay. I really am. And I'm grateful. But I just want to talk about, where we are. It's December. We're closing out 2025. And if you're anything like me, 2025 had its highs, its lows, and you're probably looking forward to 2026, right? And all the things the new year promises. And we have all our New Year's resolutions and our New Year's goals. But tonight, I hope that you make empowering young women a part of your 2026 legacy. So let's start by a raised show of hands. Who here has had someone believe in them, someone open a door, someone mentor you? I know my legends better have their hands up. That person who gave you opportunity and believed in you. Let's shout out some names. Let's name them people. Who are they? Okay, besides Miss Maria. Besides Miss Maria. Alex. Mom. Mom. Lisa. Nika Smith. Okay, got it. So us believing in the next generation is all of what we're about at Embrace Her Legacy. But let me tell you a little bit more about me and how I got here. So to know me is I'm a live hard Brooklyn girl. Brooklyn all day, every day. Born to immigrant parents from the country of Honduras, identify as Afro-Latina. But Sí, yo hablo español. Bien, bien, bien. But let me tell you about someone who believed in the 17-year-old me and how one act of someone believing in me changed the entire trajectory of my life. Her name was and is Jacinda. Everyone say Jacinda. She was dating my brother at the time. I'm putting his business out there. He's 10 years older than me, and I was about 11 years old. And we were living, from the projects of East New York, Brooklyn. We lived on the 11th. I ain't no shame. I know where I'm from. And we lived on the 11th floor. And, oh Lord, not the cupcakes. We lived on the 11th floor, and I was acting up as 11-year-olds tend to do, right? And she got on the phone with me, and she said, you keep acting up like that. The only place you're going to end up is on the 12th floor. And for some reason, my little 11-year-old self knew that this was an opportunity for me to get my life together, and I gravitated towards her. Without the formality, she became my mentor. Over the next few years, she introduced me to a way of life and thinking that I had never been exposed to before, taking me to her college campus, her dorm room, her apartment on the Lower East Side, and introducing me to brunch in the city. And it was like real brunch, y'all, like Anita Baker and pancakes, not the day parties we know now. I remember a couple years ago, someone invited me to like brunch, and thought I was gonna get like one of our Jacinda brunches. And I walked in, and it was like Meg Thee Stallion, lemon pepper wings, and hookah. And I was like, oh, these are not the things that me and Jacinda used to go to. Times are different, but I digress. What she did for me, she helped cultivate a palate for the better things in life just by exposing me to them. And her goal was to get me to college, come hook or crook. So then there was a turning point. Can everybody say turning point? It was the summer of 2002. I was 17 years old, the summer before my senior year in high school. I believed this lie that my life wasn't worth living. So I tried to take my own life, and by the grace of God, I was very unsuccessful. In the hospital, I felt ashamed, embarrassed, and like all I wanted to do was to be seen and heard. Then Jacinda walked in, and I thought she was going to judge me. She leaned in and she said, we're going to get through this. Back then, there wasn't much talk about mental health. But I remember laughing with her cousins who jokingly shared their own mental health experiences. They said, girl, you're not alone. We get it. After that, I knew I had another chance. I knew I was going to get, if you look at the screens, A Different World, right? I specifically asked for them to play that because that show really, I wanted my own Hillman experience. And I said I was going to go away at college, come hook or crook. So Jacinda strongly advocated that I sign up for a college counseling program called Options. Everybody say Options. Back then, guidance counselors didn't do a great job of introducing us to collegiate opportunities, and Jacinda knew that. I hope if anybody in here is in education or, social work or colleges, I hope that has changed. She told me to apply to New York State School for more financial aid opportunities because I'm a New York State resident, and to make sure I applied to HEOP or EOP programs. For those who don't know, HEOP or EOP programs are educational opportunity programs, a state-sponsored college access program providing academic and financial support to New York State residents from low-income or educationally disadvantaged backgrounds. So what did I do? I listened. I signed up for Options, taking the C train all the way from Clara Barnes High School. This is old Brooklyn. This is not the new Brooklyn, right? Back then, it was a little dangerous. So taking the C train all the way to 96th Street, working with my college counselor, and applying to various colleges. When it came to apply to Hofstra University, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I didn't even know what a Hofstra was. Never been to Long Island. The only time I had been to Long Island was when me and my family would go to Westchester State Park in the summertime for I'm aging myself, but that's all I knew about Long Island. So I didn't even know where Hofstra University was. See, my parents are immigrants from the country of Honduras. English is not even their first language, and they work hard to provide a good life for me and my brothers, but they had no idea of the ins and outs of higher education opportunities. Jacinda filled in that gap, and she gave me access. Everybody say access. So I applied to the HEOP program at Hofstra University called the NOAA program. Shout out to my NOAA brothers in the building. The NOAA program. Little did I know I was checking the box that would change the rest of my life. Not long after that, I was asked to interview for the program. I told y'all I didn't know anything about Long Island. So I had never even been on the LIRR. But my little boyfriend at the time, say my business. My little boyfriend at the time, it so happened he knew how to get there. And his father lived in Hempstead. He said, yo, I got you. Let's go. I said, bet, let's go. So at the interview, dozens of students were scared, nervous, even crying. Sometimes ignorance is bliss because I didn't realize the magnitude of what was happening. So during my group interview, I was asked about someone who inspired me. Guess what I spoke about? You got it. I spoke about Jacinda with tears in my eyes and how she changed my life. I also spoke about my failed suicide attempt a year prior, and I told them this is my second chance at my different world. A few weeks later, I got a phone call on the house phone, back when we had house phones, y'all. And my mother was like, she answered, and she was like, pero sí, yes, ella está aquí, she's here. And I was like, Ma, who's that? I grabbed the phone. It was the dean of the NOAA program at Hofstra University. It was the judge back then, Sean. Remember the judge? It was the judge. And she said, welcome to Hofstra University. All I could do was cry. I'm going to try not to do that tonight. I graduated high school a few weeks afterwards. And guess who was at my high school graduation right there with me? That summer of 2003, I entered the NOAA program's preliminary summer program and recognized that my seat at Hofstra University was something that generations had fought for and ultimately gave their lives for. I took my education very seriously, and I said I was going to get my different world, and this was my second chance. That summer changed my life, and now I get to do that for my legends. Needless to say, I graduated cum laude in May 2008. And guess who was right there at my college graduation? I wish she was here. She's not, y'all. She lives in Florida. She was by my side every step of the way, fulfilling her promise. We got through it. She's still my sister to this day. She's not here tonight because she doesn't live in New York, but she would be here. She's had her own godchildren participate in the program. She guided me even as I started my career in the music industry. And after Hofstra, sharing books, professional network of women, financial advice, and more. Her impact inspired Embrace Her Legacy. Now, I and we get to be Jacinda for hundreds of girls. And every girl deserves to have a Jacinda in their lives. They are why I started the organization, and they are why I continue to lead and build despite the many challenges. Because somewhere, a girl will benefit from my yes, and with your support, she will benefit from your yes too. We serve girls struggling with issues of worthiness, feeling like the world would be better without them, riddled with anxiety, yet ambitious, determined, and ready to make an impact. Yeah, I heard them. They want to start businesses, drive luxury cars, live in beautiful homes, and most importantly, leave a legacy. Through our organization, our girls have gone on to Ivy League schools and been accepted to schools like Harvard University, received our college scholarship. Give it up, give it up, give it up. Received our college scholarships, overcome suicidal ideation, pursue their dream careers, not the ones expected of them, and even built their own youth empowerment organizations. We've had over 200, say 200 girls graduate from our flagship program, the Embrace Her Legacy Academy, from over 15 states and 16 cities. We teach personal development and we do it quite well. Don't nobody do it like us at Embrace Her Legacy. I'm sorry, I gotta say it. We expose them to different career paths through our community of guest speakers, some who you have met tonight, like Dana. This year, as Nusat mentioned, we were able to take them both to WBLS, where they were live on the radio, and live with Kelly and Mark, where they sat front row. And seeing their faces made it all worth it. What matters to me most is that they develop a healthy relationship with themselves and that they live the legacy that they desire. That is why I call them my legends. So when you invest into a young woman tonight, you're investing into her community, her family, and shifting generations. These girls are smart, ambitious, fabulous, and highly motivated. You already heard their stories. Now let's show them tonight that they matter. We're seeking partners who want to come aside us and make meaningful change. Think about your Jacinda. Think about that person you mentioned at the beginning, that person who believed in you. This is your chance to be that person for someone else right in your community. Raising funds really isn't just about money. Well, it's like 50% about money. It's really about developing relationships and cultivating relationships with people and partners who believe in your work. Fundraising is often compared to dating because you want to be seen, heard, valued, and supported. And just like in dating, not everyone is a match. But I do hope you'll come alongside us and be a match made in legacy. So, what's your money going to? Our 2026 initiatives, you heard Dana speak about them a little bit. So we plan to have our first Embrace Her Legacy live masterclass, producing our first live podcast with panels of women, hopefully for Women's History. I'm going to speak this here. My goal and my mama I made it moment is to see Embrace Her Legacy at like the King's Theater or the Apollo Theater and us having our first live podcast. That's really where the goal is. We also want to we're going to reinstate and double our college scholarships. So unfortunately, our funders took budget cuts. So we haven't been able to award us college scholarships in 2023. So because we haven't been able to award one since 2023, in 2026, we need to double the amount that we give and double the number. Also, our New York City Summer Institute 2026, you heard it here first, applications are open for young women ages 14 to 21. The dates are from July 6th to July 17th. And like we had field trips from them this year, we want to add more of those and produce media series showcasing our girls' stories because we live in a social media age, and that is where we find our girls. Actually, 50% of our applicants come from social media. And this year, our goal is to host our first annual Embrace Her Legacy reunion, reuniting all of our former graduates from all over the country for networking and legacy building. So the goal is here to obviously raise $10,000 tonight. And we have been promised that if we successfully raise $10,000 tonight, we have an additional matching gift of $5,000 coming in. So that would total to $15,000 tonight. So I'm hoping everyone pulls out their pockets and supports. And obviously, and Dana already said, our bet this time next year, the goal is to raise $1 million to scale this organization to serve 500 young women directly in our communities between the years of 2026 and 2027. And I need the staffing and the capacity to do so. We need to multiply Miss Maria, okay? So I do hope that you make your own legacy a priority in 2026 and that your legacy includes supporting and empowering the next generation of young women powerful leaders. The ways you can support, you can donate via our fabulous QR codes here, or you can where you'll be entered into our raffle. You can our Zelle and tap to pay and cash app options. You can see Cherie in the back. Now, if let's say you can't do it today and you wait till you want to get paid in a couple weeks. So I know we dead smack in the middle of December, or you want to wait till you get that tax refund check in the top of the year. Inside of your gift bags, there's also a to-go QR code, so you can welcome to donate at any time to our campaign. You definitely want to support our host venue and bar, and make sure you visit that. And the least that you can do is follow our new social media page at Embrace Her Legacy Official. Why are you not pulling out your phones? Pull out your phones, follow at Embrace Her Legacy Official. Unfortunately, our pages were hacked twice this year. So we had to start over 2 times. When I say Meta, I don't know. They got some serious emails from me. But I said, you know what? We just gonna start over. We're gonna do it again, and this time we're gonna do it better and bigger and better. So if you follow, tag a friend to follow, tag, repost, and all the things. So I do not stand here alone. I could not do this by myself. So I have a few thank yous. First and foremost, to know me is to know I'm a woman of faith. So I gotta thank God and His grace and His mercy, because that's the only way I'm still standing here today. So I gotta thank God. My board of directors, one who is in the room coming all the way from the UK, Cherie. And our fabulous board, they're all over the country. And my team, Isis, Autumn, all of the team members who are here, Momina in the back, enjoying her. Momina was part of my first cohort in 2015. And 10 years ago, Mike went out 10 years ago. Yeah. So to have her here as a supporter means so much to me. And I also have to thank Dana Blair, our fabulous host. Wonderful host. I have to thank our media team and director of photography, Left Leg Production. Thank you for all you have done for us. And completely elevating our videos this year and our brand. I have to thank my wonderful legends, Crystal, Musa, Peyton, and Angela. We have to thank Kawana and the Sweet Catch team. To all of our donors and supporters, everyone's here. To all of you, thank you. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with this regular schmegular Brooklyn girl. So thank you. It means the world to me. So I would like everyone to grab their glass. Grab their glass. And can someone grab me a glass so we can have a toast? I ask one thing. That you put the glass on your left hand, because the left hand is closest to your heart. The left hand is closest to your heart. We can't have the cupcakes and champagne without the toast, right? All right. So everyone, lift up your glass. I'm wishing you all a happy holidays, a fabulous new year, and may the only pain you experience in 2026 be champagne. Thank you.